multiplying part from big ideas. So first one, and I guess I can put this if it helps you. Right, this is only for multiplication and division. So negative 3 times negative 4, it's a negative times a negative, so a negative times a negative is a positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. Negative 6 times 7, so we have a negative times a positive, and a negative right here. Negative times a positive is a negative. And we can write that it's 42. 3 times 9, so it's positive times a positive. That one's easy. Positive times a positive is a positive. Right? Next one is a positive times a negative. So look over here again. It's a positive times a negative and gives us a negative. So negative 8 times 5, it's 40. Negative 1 times negative 12. And we can take a look. It's a negative times a negative, which gives us positive. So negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 12 is just 12. Negative 4 to the second power. So everything in the parentheses is raised to the second power. So it's a negative 4 times negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 4 is 16. This is a little bit different. There's no parentheses, so you have to be really careful. So that too only applies to the 6. We're not raising this minus sign to the second power. It's just a 6 to the second power. So you can pretend even that. Leave this minus sign over there and then just do this separately. 6 to the second power is 6 times 6, right? It's a positive times a positive, and 6 times 6 is 36. So now I'm going to change this and bring it over here. So, but this minus sign here, right, was already there, so we're just going to bring it down. So my answer is negative 36. Okay. This one's negative 5 times 3 times negative 2. Well, do these two first. Negative times a positive, and negative times a positive is a negative, so we have negative 15. And then we're going to bring this down. Negative 15 times negative 2 is negative 30. Sorry, positive. Oh, negative times a negative is a positive. Sorry, my apologies. Next one's negative 5 times negative 7 times negative 20. So be more careful than I was. So negative times a negative here is positive. 5 times 7 is 35. Times negative 20. It's a positive times a negative, which is a negative, and 35 times 20. 700. Okay. Negative 700. Okay, so let's look at the next problem. Next problem is, let me see what it looks like. Oops, let me erase this. It's easy for everybody. 4 minus negative 2 to the third power. And again, I'll keep this here on the side. Plus, 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 minus, 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 minus. So, order of operations, we have to do this first, right? This is what we do first. So this, I'm going to copy. All right, so this is going to come here. Minus, and then here, let's take this to the side. Let me put it here in the corner. Negative 2 to the third power. It's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. And then 4 times The negative 2 is a positive times a negative, so I get negative 8. So let me bring this all over here. So I'm going to put here negative 8, I'll put it in parentheses. Now, it's just a subtraction problem. I can do 4 plus, and then opposite of negative 8 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. Okay, so again, let me put this. And I'm going to do 4 times 25 times 3 squared. So again, we have to do order of operations, and we're going to take care of this guy first, right? Inside the parentheses. So let's just leave the 4 over there, and let's take care of this. Think about, first we have to do the exponents. What's 3 to the second power? It's a positive 3, so it's just 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is just 9, so I'm going to put a 9 over here. And then times 25, so now we can multiply these two. Okay, and then 25 times 9, it equals 225. Then we can multiply by the 4, right? I can multiply by 4. 225, let's see, 225 times 4 is going to be 450, 900. That's my final answer. And then here you have to tell me if it was done correctly. You know, you're the teacher. Negative 2 times negative 7 equals negative 14. Is a negative times a negative a positive? So we know that's incorrect. I don't know why I did that. Sorry, should have done it this way. So a negative times a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. So we know the answer should be 14. And negative 2 times negative 7 is 14. So this one was incorrect. So is your friend correct? No, it's not. So why is incorrect? We can say we know because a negative times a negative is always a positive product. Positive product. Okay. Oh, and then we have one more, I think. And this one is negative 10 to the second power equals negative 100. Is it correct or not? So, remember I told you, so let's try to do that. So negative 10 to the second power. So this is not in parentheses, right? So the 2 only applies to the 10. Okay, so that minus sign stays here. And then over here, I want you to take 10 to the second power. So just need you to focus here. All right, so make that. That's where's the negative 2. So what is 10 to the second power? 10 to the second power is 10 times 10, which is 100. So we put that 100 over here. That becomes 100. And then the minus sign we bring down. So that's why the answer is negative 100. So is this correct? Yes, it is. Okay, and then just to show you, let me separate this. This is different than this. These are different. This, there's a parenthesis here. So the exponent of 2 is telling everybody to multiply by itself 2 times. So this is negative 10 times negative 10, right? Because it's in parentheses. So negative 10 times negative 10 is 100. So that's a different one than this. So you have to be really, really careful. Okay.